Hello, 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 it's me. I thought about us for a long, long time. Hi, my name is Jenna. This is 11:11 with Jenna. It's Wednesday, January 19th, almost Thursday, January 20th. Crazy. 2021. 1/20/21. And then the next day, 1/21/21. 1/21/21. Hey, woo, what's going on? What a day this has been. It has been a day. A lot of different things today. Saw people here, Dave Walker, dear friend of the family, drove through town, stopped real quick. We said our hellos outside. That was cool. And yeah, hung out with people. Aw, Winnie went belly up again. Winnie, she's a cutie. That little C. Michael Bailey puppy is adorable. I just love animals, right? Who's here? What's happening? Hello, Patty. Julie Luce. I've missed you so. Where have you been? Julie Luce. Hello, Patty Loman. Patty Loman. Patty Loman. Patty Loman. I'm editing the privacy. I see Julie. I see Patty. I go to work. I go to work. That's right. What's shaking? It's community night. It's Wednesday night. Oh my gosh, it's 22. That's right. But I was thinking numbers. You're right. 2021, 22, 2022 to 2021 to, it's going to be 22 to 22, 22. 2/22. I had it all. And then February, they say it's on a Tuesday, the 2/22 thing, but it's not. It's not. I'm pretty sure it's not. Then again, I thought it was 21 for a second there. February 2nd, February 22nd is on a Wednesday. People have been saying that February 2nd's on a Tuesday, and it's not. And then it's on a 22nd's on a Tuesday, and it's not. Sorry. You're right. What are you doing up so late, Kevin? You're catching my mistakes. You're editing. Thank you very much. How are you? How's the book coming along? When are you coming back to 11:11 with Jenna? We miss you here. We're waiting for the book. I was going to say we're impatiently waiting for the book. We're patiently waiting for the book. That's right. So if anybody feels like jumping on, come on. Let's party. For a little while anyway. 2 seconds from bed. Hello. I made cookies tonight. Chocolate chip cookies. Dark chocolate chip cookies. Hi. Wow. Not, it's kind of a nice thing when someone says, hi, beautiful. You say, what's up? What else? Grace, Mama Grace, Lillian and Grace are downstairs watching Family Feud. He is so funny. He is just a funny man. Anybody know Steve Harvey? Can we get Steve Harvey on the show? Whoa, 100 in person. Hello, Suzanne. Thanks for the movie recommendations. We don't have TCM. We have HBO, Max, Prime, and Netflix. I don't have those other ones, but oh, you are? Oh, good. Yeah, it was a cookie bacon kind of night, I think. It's kind of cold out, kind of. What is the temperature outside?
It's 23 degrees outside.
Hi, Mama Grace. 23 degrees outside. I always said, until this, what happened, if the coconut oil is, if I can't see through the coconut oil, I'm out of here. But now she was like solid, solid, solid as a rock. Hey, 10? What? You guys are always quite a bit, ladies and gentlemen. Rich and Cashew. Cashew. Hi. I have treats. -5. Hi, cutie. Oh. Hi, Cashew. Hi, Cashew. Cashew, you want a treat? You want a treat? But now you got to get him a treat, Rich. Oh. Wow. Could he hear me even though it was muted? Oh, he's so cute. Sorry, Lillian. She's downstairs. I think you need to press the mute. But he heard treat.
Oh, yeah, we were muted. Oh, he totally heard this. Yeah, he totally heard that.
Totally did.
I'm going to get him a treat right now as I try to prop this up while I
How in the world did he hear that?
Oh, he's got the best.
Oh, he heard it, but you were muted.
I was muted, but he heard
Hi, Cashew's butt.
it.
I love the big old, Lillian has a big old bed too.
Doesn't
Hi,
he have
Cashew.
he's got the best like wrinkly face.
He's so cute. When Lillian was a baby puppy, we would walk down the street and they'd be with their dogs going, oh my God, your dog is so cute. And I'm like, but so is yours. But, oh, Cashew. Hi, Cashew. What's going on, pup? Hi. Are you getting a treat? He's so serious.
He has his moments.
He's like Orson Welles.
When he, where's your toy? Where's Mr. Snake? Where's Mr. Snake?
Totally good boyfriend for Lillian.
Where's Mr. Snake?
Lillian has a snake. She loves her snake. Snake.
He makes the same sound when he's upset that he makes when he's happy or playing, which is kind of like this kind of high-pitched crying sound. And he's got a lot of anxiety. I mean, I just went to get some laundry from downstairs, and he leaving the room causes him a great deal of distress when I leave the room. So anytime his play noise and his cry noise and his anxiety noise are all the same, and so it's kind of hard to tell what's going on with him sometimes as I follow him around. Anyway, hi guys.
Patty said, where the hell's my treat?
yeah, exactly. You're just sitting here staring at me, and now I'm like leaving, and I want my treat, so I'm going to go get his treat. Hi, everybody.
Where did you go? Hi, Rich.
I don't know where he went. Hi, buddy. I'm going to go get your treat now. I got him. They're in my jacket because we went for a big walk at the park earlier today. Yeah, another one of those spectacular California sunsets that we've been.
Oh, they've been crazy.
And haven't they? You've been seeing pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've been reading an article that's saying it's like a perfect combination of, pollution,
right?
No wind, low clouds, and kind of this perfect, combination that's lasting for several days.
Yes, nice. Like crazy pinks and oranges.
Yeah. Oh, buddy, I think I left your treats in the car.
Hi, Lena. Hello, Rob. So, what's your life like? Tell us about you.
Oh gosh.
And then bring Cashew back as quick. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, I'm not nearly. I know he's not. I know who the star of this show is.
Besides introducing friends of mine that have been married together forever.
Right.
Are you a?
Here, sit.
Hi, Cashew. Hello, Rob Morocco. Rob Morocco.
There. I came through. I delivered.
So cute.
Turning myself around here.
He just took off.
Yeah. live in this apartment complex here in Moraga, and there's new neighbors that are moving in right now, and so there's a lot of ruckus with them coming up and down the stairs, and so he hears a lot of that. And he's quite the little watchdog, it turns out. So
Yeah. Yeah, Lillian's like, do you give him anything to calm down, like Rescue Remedy or anything like that?
I've tried a lot of those things, and when it comes to that, to just he just has kind of a general anxiety. I think, and he's coming up on 3 years old next month. This is his birthday, and
Yeah, he's born on Valentine's Day too, right?
was it? I don't think it was the 14th. I have to double check. It wasn't. No, he's not a Valentine's Day, because I would know that instinctively. It's close. I think it's like the 11th or the 8th or the
11th is a good
16th or
date.
something. So I'm not sure. It's somewhere around there. I need to double check his papers, but it's next month, these three. But no, as far as his general anxiety goes, he knows he's being talked about. See, he's like, "What's up, buddy? What? What?
Where's more of my treats, please?
What? What are you trying to say? What do you want? What are you trying to say? Everything okay?" Hear him? What? What's up? Well, you want to know about my life? This is my life.
Cashew's your life. That's
you're getting a glimpse into my life. So I've lived in the Bay Area, mostly but on and off since the mid '80s. I grew up though in the Detroit suburbs and went to Michigan State. I'm a Spartan. Party on. And yeah, that's how I kind of actually, I mean, it's how I know of you and know you now peripherally, is because I started traveling around in the '80s with my derelict friends, following the Grateful Dead around in the '80s while being a Spartan in East Lansing. So the Grateful Dead didn't come through our neck of the woods very much, particularly in those days. So you had to go out.
Alpine Valley, Denver.
Right, all that stuff. But you had to travel. There was no way around it. And everything's far from
Pine Knob, kind
Detroit.
of, as we got older.
I heard that. And did you? I don't know if you've already discussed how the name is coming back.
I just read that quickly.
Yeah, that's really cool. So anyway, and so yada yada yada. Moved to Maui, Hawaii. Lived there in like the '80s through a series of weird twists and turns of life, and where I met Leslie Piquel, who was working for a pharmaceutical company in Illinois, like outside of Chicago, and planning a trip for her company executives. And I happened, and my twists and turns in life that had me living in Maui, providing those kind of experiences to company executives and things like that. And so that's how Leslie and I met. And we were out, and I was showing her the wonders of Maui one night. We were out to dinner, and the topic of like, well, what do you do for fun, came up. And we were all very, very professional. And she's like, well, she was trying to not be too descriptive. She's like, I don't know, there's this band that I go and see. I'm like, the Dead? And so then we spent the entire night like dispensing of our professional demeanor and like listening to bootleg tapes and bonding a friendship that's been going on for since whatever, that's 1989 that we met. So that's how I know Leslie. And then I know Mike from moving back from Hawaii and living in the Bay Area for the rest of my life, and up till now. Currently, I moved back.
How long were you on Maui? Because I was there in the like 80s.
About 3 years, from 1989 to 91.
Okay, I used to perform at the Wunder Bar in Paia.
Okay, and I lived in Kihei, and then I lived in Haiku for like the last few months, like the last 6 months of my time.
Are there gay Grateful Dead heads? Oh, of course, Suzanne. you want to know if there great gay Grateful Dead
Oh my
fans?
God, the guy who turned me on to the Grateful Dead, who was a good friend of mine growing up in middle school and high school, was unfortunately a closeted gay for a very long time, living in the Detroit suburbs. But he's completely and 100% responsible for me even knowing about the Grateful Dead and my first 2 or 3 Grateful Dead concerts in 1980, 81. And we're still friends to this day. He lives here in the Bay Area, and he's very much out gay deadhead. He's really tight with like Steve Silverman and that whole community.
Sure.
So yeah. So very much so. An enthusiastic yes to that question.
I'm looking at our mutual friends. So Randall
Gesner
was
So
one
I
of
went
my
to,
brother's best friends ever.
so I went to West Bloomfield High, and I know Randall through that circle of my life. When I grew up in the Detroit suburbs from like 1976 to 79. I graduated West Bloomfield High in 1979. I was just discussing this with the other day. I saw the Electric Light Orchestra and Heart opened for them at the Pontiac Silverdome, and it's like they descended in like a big spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
But the controversy at the time was that I wouldn't know it because I was dealing with other things at the time. But the controversy was that they had lip synced the entire concert.
Really?
That ELO had, yeah. Which is kind of a bummer when you think about Jeff Lynne and.
I can't even really think about that.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of like.
That's super disappointing to hear, Jeff.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but I think there is some stuff on the internet about it if we were to spend some time researching it.
Interesting. Yeah, Randall and I met ask him sometime. When did you meet Jenna? And he'll just start laughing.
That's funny.
But
go ahead.
He was just really great friends with my brother, and then there's a whole other. I don't know if you ever met Greg Abbott, and you might know Greg, who lives.
That name certainly rings a bell. Is your brother older than you or younger than you?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm probably older than you.
Probably.
By a smidge. Yeah, I mean, and my exposure to you was through your work with Joe Gallant and Illuminati, and those recordings.
Did you go to any of those shows?
I did not see you live. You played like at Yoshi's and things like that, right? Like we're doing some of those
coast to coast in Canada. We did all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
my brother was the other vocalist.
But okay,
he's the one.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to visit these recordings. I have them digitized on my server here, so I felt. I mean, if I may gush about you, I mean, I just fell in love with your voice. That's how I know of you, was your vocals. I think it's a live recording that I have. I think it was a CD that you guys ultimately released. That I have
at the Knitting Factory.
Yep, exactly.
The weekend of a snowstorm that closed Manhattan, closed the whole all the boroughs.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'd love to hear the story just behind that recording then. But yeah, so that's where I first became familiar with you, and your very distinctive, soulful voice. So yeah, and then whatever, years later, you're like Mike and Leslie's neighbor in southwestern Michigan, and it's just kind of
that's funny. Here's a crazy one. So we're connected to Ellie, right?
Who's not connected to Ellie? Okay.
This is a wild one.
Ellie was at my wedding. Ellie's been in a lot of key moments.
Tell everyone who Ellie is, because maybe we'll get Ellie, and maybe sometime Ellie could come on with you.
That would be fun. Well, I mean, I described Ellie. We're talking about Ellie Sasson, correct? Let's make sure. There's only one Ellie.
Thank you, Julie.
Ellie. Oh, I described Ellie. Well, I first described Ellie as the mayor of San Francisco, but now I'm just describing her as the mayor of the Bay Area. Because she's just
Ellie
connected.
and I have in common.
I can't wait to hear this story about and how you even met and all that stuff. But Ellie knows. I'm not surprised, really, but because Ellie just knows everybody cool and uncool in a lot of ways.
We only have 84 mutual friends, which is interesting.
Only? That sounds like, see, that sounds like a lot to me.
No, I have some musicians have like, we have like 250 to
Yeah.
300 friends in common, but he
In
knows,
my rather staid life, 84 sounds like quite a few. But so yeah, I just know Ellie. My God, Ellie introduced me to my wife. Ellie, you know, when I moved back from Hawaii with like, you know, a futon and, you know, a CD player, you know, Ellie gave me,
what else
you
do you
know, a
need when
couch
you
to
live on
sleep on.
Maui?
Pardon me?
What else do you need when you live on Maui?
That's right. That's right.
Got a futon, got a CD player.
When you're back for the Bay
You don't
Area,
even need a
like,
CD player anymore, dude. I just got my phone.
that's right.
Go hang out at Mana Foods for a while, find a place to live for a while. I did
Ellie
it.
said, yep, Ellie gave me a place to stay when I moved. When I'd had enough of being island boy, and my heart was broken by the woman that I had loved. Then she broke my heart and went off with a helicopter pilot in Hawaii. It's tough.
Are they still together?
Tough story. I think they are, actually.
Well, then it was supposed to be.
But it was meant to be. So yeah, that's part of Richie K's life story right there. Not, I hope that was as enthralling for the rest of the people.
Are you a
listening
tech
as it was
guy?
to you and I. Pardon me?
Are you a tech guy? Are you?
Well, I'm not a tech guy in that I spend a lot of time around those people and working in that milieu, but I am not technical myself. I'm more of an event guy and party guy. Like, I plan the events, trade shows, conferences, and the logistics and the strategies behind a lot of that stuff for tech companies. That's kind of what I do for a living.
Do you like it?
Well, the last 2.5 years have sucked.
Right. Have you been doing any online events?
Very many using different platforms for some of these tech companies. And there's, like, as you know, when you're just trying to like keep your show live, there's 1,000 of them, and they all, you know, said that they can do this, that, and the other thing in terms of bringing people together and creating a great live experience and being able to be interactive, all those things.
You need to get them all to hang out on 11/11 with Jenna.
You know, if there's a way to weave that messaging into the talks about data lake warehousing and how to better access your data through this set of SQL queries, Jenna, I'm there for you.
Please. Oh, let's talk. So Carl Hester said he heard the same thing about ELO, more like they used backing tracks.
Which I don't think is uncommon to this.
No.
I mean, if anything, it's probably more common this day in a lot of popular music.
I did, Patty. I shared it quite a while ago. I shared it right at the very beginning. Right at the very beginning.
Let's look at Cashew while we're talking.
Cashew!
Because Cashew is so much more fun to look at.
I shared the show.
I like the white tip on his tail right there.
So cute. I think Lillian, I think she'd like him, but she's very jolly.
He's pretty solid. He has his wallflower moments.
Oh, Rich, yes.
I don't know if he doesn't necessarily. I don't know if he would necessarily get jealous because he sees me interact with other dogs at the dog park, which we go to every day. A place that he, you know, he'll sit on this couch and I kind of work across from this couch, and he'll just stare at me, you know, about 2 hours before it's really time to go. But that's when it's time that he wants to go. And there he goes.
Cashew kind of, yeah, there's Lily. Yep. That's so cute, Cashew. What are you doing?
That's it. You're done, right? Are you done, bud? You're done, right?
That thing.
Isn't that hilarious?
So funny. Yes, please share the show on your page. I understood what Patty said after the fact. So Ellie and I, this is a crazy story. Ellie goes to New Orleans to Jazz Fest every year also, and he has a whole trip that he does down at Jazz Fest.
Yep, I bought some of his room blocks before.
Got it. And I was doing every year for 15 plus years, I've performed at the International House Hotel during Jazz Fest. We call it
Okay.
Gem Fest at Jazz Fest.
Okay.
And the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, Rolf. I've played with Rolf. I've played with different people from New Orleans, and we have a party every night. And about, I guess it was 3 years. Yeah, let's see now. Minus the last two, must have been 4 years ago. I have a friend who lives in another country, and he brought a bunch of people to my show, and then there was this other crew of people, and they had gone to dinner, and then they came to the show, and they came in on this big group of people, and this woman and I just connected. She's like, "Oh, you're really cool. Wow, what's your name? Yeah, cool, cool, cool. Hey, I'm going to this late night Will Bernard show." Was it Will? It was either Will or my brain just left. Dead and Company bass player.
O'Teal.
O'Teal was doing a show. That's what it was. Will was playing down the street and O'Teal was playing. And so we were waiting in line, and then we saw Will, and we said we were going to go, and she goes, I got to go see my brother really quick. And I go, okay. And as we start walking, I was in a relationship with someone for quite a few years that's also really good friends with Ellie. And I know exactly where he used to stay when they used to, before the hotel thing happened. So I'm walking, and we're walking up this stairway, and I haven't been here in, X amount of years. She walks in, she hugs this guy, he turns around, I go, Ellie? It was Ellie's sister.
So Sky.
Sky.
Yeah, Skylar.
Tyler. I was gonna say,
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I know Skylar
he's
really
awesome.
well too. Skylar is awesome.
Super.
Skylar saved me from certain ruin in New York City only coming up, only 2 years ago was I was in New York for my first fish weekend at Madison Square Garden before, and I was and I'm ashamed to say, now that I look back on it, I know exactly what happened. I was pickpocketed in New York after the after one of the fish cons, like the second night.
Bummer.
My wallet, my ID, my life. I'm traveling. I'm in New York City. I'm staying in an Airbnb. Thankfully, I still had my phone and a PayPal account that Skylar was able to cash me out on, and so I could get through the weekend and get home and stuff.
Wow.
So Skylar, amongst other things, is a savior. One of those angels that can help
Need
you
to
out.
get her on the show with you sometime too. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
She's hugging this guy, and I'm like, going, gotta get back to the thing. And then she says, "This is my brother. Oh my God." Ellie?
You have these 6 degrees of separation with so many people in your life.
Kevin Bacon included.
Say that again.
Kevin Bacon included.
Oh, really? Is he the guy who started it all?
I'm connected to him 2 ways, but the closest way is I'm friends with his first cousin.
That's really funny.
So does that make me 2 degrees or 1 degree?
First cousin.
First cousin of Kevin Bacon is a friend of mine.
That's
2 of them,
they're
sisters.
I mean, 2 degrees would be nice to say, but I think that's a stretch. I'll go with 3.
3.
But 2? You think 2? You think?
No, I said 3. Is that 3? 2, second cousin? I'm friends with his, I'm friends with his first cousin.
Well, yeah, but first cousin. I'm thinking of how you're related.
Patty said 3.
So you're related to a cousin by an aunt or an uncle.
Yeah, their sister. Their mothers were sisters. I'm not going to out who it is, but you guys, you would know her if I said her name.
Well, that's even funnier. Yeah, well, let's not do that. But Yeah, I'm just thinking, well, that's two people separated before you get to the cousin. That's
So that's
why.
3.
Well,
So does
see,
that make you? How many does that make you to Kevin Bacon now that I'm 3?
like 100.
I mean, I don't know him to call him up and go, yo, Kevin, come be on the show. I really want
Right.
Cher on the show. Do you know Cher by any chance?
She as from Sonny and Cher.
Yeah.
No, I don't know Cher.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you might know her. Cashew.
Why do you think I might know Cher?
Because I ask everybody. Because I want someone to know Cher. Because I want Cher on the
eventually,
show.
eventually, you ask somebody, somebody's gonna know somebody.
Cashew,
Yeah.
do you know
You
Cher?
know Cher?
So cute.
You want to go under this one? Yeah.
Did you have to go up against a number of people to get this magnificent being?
No, was a rescue puppy. My daughter, um, I love when he goes through all this.
So
My my
cute.
daughter, when she decided that I needed a puppy, she's like, I've always wanted to. She's like, get a pug. And so I went online to start looking around at what was available in terms of in the rescue dog world, and there was and his name. There was a picture of him when he was like maybe 10 weeks old on whatever this pet finder thing was, and his name the name of the picture was Buttons. That was what his he wasn't Buttons when I met him, clearly, but he was the he was as close as we were going to get to a pug, and and his face is adorable, and his ears are like incredible with the flop over kind of Scooby-Doo ears and stuff. So yeah, he was an instant hit. He was the last one. I think part of his anxiety comes from being the last one to be adopted in the litter. And I don't know the details on how long he was waiting to be adopted, but um and I haven't had a dog since I grew up in Detroit with my parents. I'd been a cat owner for years, either as a single guy or with my ex-wife and family and stuff. And so getting the dog was a bit of he's a total pandemic dog, and he's been a blessing. Absolutely.
Standing ovation for you. So speaking of, are you moving about are you going out to things? Are you laying low? Are you?
I've ebbed and flowed like we all have over the last couple of years. So I went out, like I ventured out in like in October. Well, my daughter's bat mitzvah was in July, and so that happened in July of 2021. So we thread the needle there, right? Because we had family coming in from the East Coast and all over, and some who are playing by the rules and some who aren't, just like every family. And and so we thread the needle there, and so that was kind of cool. And then I went to a couple of concerts. I went and saw Billy Strings at the who is an amazing talent
It's really sweet.
from your great state. Mike Gardner is making Mikey G now has a job working in the factory that makes shells for guns that Billy uses for target practice or something. Wow. I don't know the whole story there, but last time I talked to Mikey G, he's doing something that has Billy String's stamp of approval. Anyway,
pretty big stamp.
It is. So he's an amazing talent. I just saw, and that was interesting because that was October. So I think it was like pre Omicron, can't even say it, and kind of post Delta and being fully vaxxed. And what was interesting there is that you had to obviously go. This is the first time I went to an outdoor show, like at one of the wineries in Sonoma, to see Circles Around the Sun. That was like April. And so that was just nice to be out with friends, even wearing masks outdoors, listening to live music of any kind. I'll never forget that feeling the first time in April last year. I was like, oh my God, like I was practically weeping just to
Tell me about it.
be in the presence of
I did weep.
amplify.
Every time I'm on a stage now, 2 stages, I weep.
I bet I'd be talking about it to you all. I'm getting a little weepy. And so, it's been hard to get that feeling. But at the Billy Strings show, I think people were feeling a little bit more confident in October when I think back to how we were all feeling. And you all had your masks. We all had to show our backs to get our wristband. I was like up in front with my friend Troy, like on the rail. I'm 60 years old. I haven't been on the rail like a long time. And it was just magnificent. And of course, people were maskless. I'd be lying to say otherwise. People were maskless within in 10 minutes. And it was just a full on, bluegrass, Billy Strings hoedown. But it was magnificent. But I feel like thread the needle because, really haven't been doing much of that since. The only other thing that I've been to really that was that good since was My Bluegrass Heart was here at the UC Berkeley Theater. That was Bela Fleck's amalgam, Jerry Douglas and Sam Bush.
Hell of a crew on stage.
Edgar Meyer. Yeah, it was insane. And so I went with my buddy Ted Silverman, who you might know. Do you know Ted Silverman? Does that name ring a bell? He's a mandolin guitar player, Bay Area guy, curly gray hair.
I know who he is, but I don't know him. No.
And so we went, and that was a fully masked affair. That was in December. That was just last month, and great music. But it wasn't a hoedown like Billy Strings, so it was a lot easier to be a polite concert goer to keep a mask on and things like that. I had the shingles on my face like 8 years ago, so mask wearing is very hard for me. So so I will not, I'm not going to go to a musical event unless I know I can have a good time. That's what I've decided going forward. Like life's too short and I love playing by the rules, but I loved Billy Strings dancing without my mask on. And I'd rather do that again and just have to wait for it.
So you gotta wait. Good.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe you can come to New York the May 24th. I'm performing with Rolf at Jazz at Lincoln Center at Dizzy's.
This is part of your jazz workshop weekend you've been talking about?
No, this is just a gig that we have now. This is basically our first booked gig that we have booked is at Dizzy's at Jazz at Lincoln Center. Hi, Patty. Hi, Patty.
I haven't heard you talk much about that. I mean, I know, I know you're a working, musician, and I can't, and you're a part of a community of a lot of working musicians who have found a lot of different ways to sustain yourself. And I just can't tell you the enormous amount of respect and admiration and internet love that I have for you for what you've pulled together for yourself in the last couple of years here, because I know it ain't been easy. And blessings, sister.
Oh, thanks, brother. Thank you. No Koronaroki tomorrow night, Julie. I just couldn't get people because people are actually starting to perform, and it's harder to get people to on a Thursday night to do anything. Being 70 and living in the city and 70s to go to the saloon for bluegrass. Yeah. It's been it sucks. I've been on 3 stages. I've been at the Livery was my first stage in July when they reopened July 9th on Mitch's birthday. And then I performed with the symphony. Has it been just, oh, yep. Oh, and then some outdoor shows at the back room we were on a stage. So I've been on stage 4 times in 2 years.
And you've been out here a couple times doing some porch
Porch,
things.
yeah, at
Yeah,
Peltz Porch Productions. My dear friend Michael Peltz, who lives
yeah.
in Rockridge. Yeah, but on his porch. That's been my biggest stage, other
And,
than
and so I, because I don't know much about your performing life prior to the pandemic. I mean, just to give me a sense, or those of us who are listening, a sense of contrast, like what what was like a bit like what was like 2018 like, or 2019 for
200
you
plus
and
shows a
Raul?
year.
How many dates?
200 to 250 shows a year,
Holy
nonstop.
holy shit. That's
Shows,
I can't even imagine.
workshops. Yeah, 3 weeks in New Orleans, a month in Europe, back this way, back and forth all the time. Rolf lives in New York. I'm here, or I'm in California, so I'm back and forth all the time. And then we toured all over the country. We were doing festivals and conferences, and well, Julie, I'm
So
doing the
yeah,
best I
so
can.
the
What?
bottom just the bottom is, so I can relate in the sense that live events just stopped for me too, and I'm a consultant for the most part and a hired gun for the most part, and so I can all of a sudden you just things stop, and the income that comes with it stops too, and that's just a huge jolt to the system, to every system that you have, emotional, financial, spiritual, whatever systems you have going, it's a jolt. And so I'm there with you, and like it's like I just had a gig and now I'm canceling stuff again. Like I'm canceling my own gig because I had a bunch of stuff for January, February, and March, and it's all gone up in smoke too. Yet I'm interviewing and trying to get other gigs going, probably like you are, for June and July and August, when hopefully we're past whatever we're going
Rolf
through
and I are
now.
just going to focus on working on some stuff and not really. I'm not there right now. I'm I'm hanging with my mom, and that's hanging with between Lillian and my mom and I. That's kind of my life, and that's cool. And but
I
things
I
it'll
I
happen the way it'll
I have
happen.
a 13-year-old daughter, and watching her, go from, remote learning to on-site, masked learning. She's 13 and 14. She's cute. She's going through all the things that 13 and 13-year-old girls are going through, and they're doing it in this weird dystopic way. It's so bizarre. I try to think back to my teenage years and be like, oh my God, like it would have been, it's hard enough to be a geeky, awkward
Right.
teenager.
Like
Like
to
I
be
have to do it with a
how you
mask
do your
on. And
school.
yeah,
That's
it's
true.
crazy. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll be doing some gigs, but my first gig this year is at Jazz at Lincoln Center, so not
That's
too bad.
pretty huge.
I know, I'm excited.
Yeah, that doesn't suck. So like when we say Jazz at Lincoln Center, I picture the same stage that, Wynton Marsalis, plays on, or
He
Herbie
runs the
Hancock
place.
or whatever. So is it one stage in that venue, or are there
No,
several different
I think
theaters?
there's
Or
three. Are
so
there
which
three or
so which one are you on? Do you
we're at
know?
Dizzy's Coca-Cola room.
Oh, I
It's
have to look that
120
up.
seats.
Okay, awesome. So that's perfect for your
Yeah.
for our ingenue.
Yeah. And then
Yeah,
Jenna and
I'm
the
sure.
Charmers will probably do a gig at the Freight. And
What
we'll,
out here?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I
I
have a
don't think
band out there, so I have, I'll be booking stuff with that. But I just want to record more. I
so.
love being in
So
the
so,
studio.
so is that the thing? Like live gigs lost their mojo in a sense for you because you just haven't been able to do them frequently enough,
Well,
and
I just don't know if I want to be on the road 200 plus dates now. Being in a car, getting on the get in the car, go sleeping on someone's couch, go sleeping in a hotel the next night, the next night, the next night.
this is like Jenna's Beatles moment. Like this is
Kind
like
of.
Jenna's like candlestick moment. Like we're done. I'm going to the studio. I'm gonna create the studio. That's where I create best.
I want to make 11:11 with Jenna big. Help me.
Hey, like I said earlier, my network is not like Ellie's network, but I'm here to help.
Well, I appreciate that. Speaking of help, Lillian, I know I just heard her. It's time for her to go outside because it's not quite midnight, but it's her midnight rendezvous. Now, do you guys live on like the first floor, second floor? Is he trained to potty inside? Do you take him out? What's the
He's
story?
he's pretty multi-culty in that way. I still put down the puppy pads and the spare. I have a spare bathroom here, which is his bathroom, basically. So
That's his bathroom.
when it's cold or if Dad's lazy, sometimes that happens. Then yeah, he knows where to go. But we're usually out twice a day. Regardless, just for my own psyche, forget his. So,
Fun. Yeah, I hear you. It's good to get out. I was out today in 20. I don't know what it is. And Rob, what's the temperature up in your neck of the woods? I think it's like minus 20.
oh my goodness. Here in the Bay Area, it's the same old 50, 50, 50 whatever. Full moon has been stunning, though,
Yeah. Wolf.
the last couple of nights.
A wolf. The wolf.
A wolf
Thank you,
moon.
Suzanne. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, I tried to get Corona Roki happening, but people are getting busy and it's just the way it is.
Well, I'll give you one last shot at Cashew. It's that lump right there.
Hi,
Good night,
Cashew.
Cashew.
Hi, Cashew. Good night.
Good night. See,
He doesn't
if I
even move once he's there, huh?
yeah, like he's done. Like what he basically next time I'll see him is when I
I,
trundle off to bed, he'll come join me. So
yeah, for sure. I know that one. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. And then sometimes Lillian will go to bed and I'll still be working, and then she comes out and, come on, Mom. Come
Yeah,
on,
that
let's go.
happens too. He'll be waiting for me in the bed going, well, WTF, seriously,
Yeah,
dude. I got stuff going on, bud.
yeah, yeah.
It was
Well,
really
I'm
nice
so
to chat
happy
with
that
you.
you popped on. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Thank you,
great.
thank you, thank you. Rich Kutchai. Come back, come back, come back. Standing
It's
ovation.
by the way,
What?
it's couche.
Couche. Rich Couche. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You
You should
wouldn't
have
know unless I told
corrected
you.
me a
It's
long time
okay.
ago.
And it's not French. It's not part of, that,
What is it?
it's not
Couche.
part of that famous, phrase that Lady Marmalade is famous in the Lady Marmalade song by LaBelle. It's not any of that. I'm not asking you to go to bed
What is it?
in French. It's Romanian. Well, it's actually Polish Romanian. So
Hey.
my on my dad's side, my great grandfather. It's it's probably because I have the lights on, you can't see him. But so I have some fangs now. My great grandfather was born literally in Transylvania, in Romania. So I and my mom's side's from Polish, so it's kind of a Eastern European name, cliche.
Do you ever go like as a vampire for Halloween?
It's too obvious. Anyway, so yeah, it's the weird. That's why I have this weird spelling with uh two vowels at the end of my last name. It's very odd.
Couche. Couche.
Touche, and of course Couche was
Couche.
high, high school and other forms of torture.
I'm sure. I know those names.
Coochie
Mine
coochie
wasn't so bad.
coo, etc., etc. And you can take it from there and let your horrible imagination run wild with that.
Well, I'm going to give you guys a standing ovation right here. This is the long one. They go on. April, I'm sorry that you're wiped out, but I'm glad you got boosted. That's cool. Voulez-vous. Do you have a letter for me, Rich?
I'm sorry?
A letter?
A letter? I don't know if I understand the context.
I'll sing you a song right now if you give me a letter.
H.
H. H. H. Oh my goodness. Hey, here we are tonight on 11:11 with Rich and Cashew. Oh my goodness, Kutchai. And I know it's Cashew, and there's all kind of H's running around the room. Oh yes, there's all kind of H's running around the room. Thank you very much for all being here tonight. Share the show and tell them how fun much you had. And I know sometimes my words get kind of long, kind of short, kind of wow, kind of now. Hey, 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 there's an H and O. Everybody gotta go to the show. Gotta keep the flow going. So stay safe, stay healthy, and be real nice. And kiss that cashew doggy once, maybe twice, and I'll say, from your thoughts, make them happy. From your words only, hilarious. From your heart, make it a rich and cashew kind of hopeful heart. There you go. Good night, Cashew.
Night, everybody.
Done. Good night, Rich. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Night.
Hard.